Good afternoon, everyone. This is Will Graham on Friday, the 11th of November, with my Head Teachers Update. So before we go on to talk about the highlights for the week, I'd just like to thank our Year 10 parents and carers for being so responsive and understanding and supportive with the very necessary emergency school closure for Year 10 today. This was due to staff absence, unforeseen staff absence, with 16 staff absent through illness this morning. We were left with no other alternative. I very much hope this is a one-off, but with the flu season now very much upon us, could I just urge parents to keep a lookout for the website and any messages that come through from the school in this regard. We will give you as much notice as possible, and I do hope that we don't have to go there again, but just in case. So on to the highlights. This morning, over 30 Year 11 students went off to the New Forest, led by Miss Harrison Smith and 3 other colleagues, to complete their expedition down there for their DOV Silver Award. So we wish them luck with that. Meanwhile, in school, with the 4 year groups with us today, we marked Armistice Day with 2 minutes silence, which is observed beautifully by the whole community. And we had a small service in the atrium, which was led by Mr. Butchers on the trombone, playing the last post. So thank you to him for that. Also, exciting news about our school play in the summer, The Extra Factor. We had auditions led by Mr. Butchers, which have now been completed this week, and we now have a cast list. So over 30 students will be involved in that school play, and we look forward to seeing the fruits of their labour later on in this year. And finally, you'll know that our School Streets after school programme has now been launched. So Crescent Road is now shut every day after school to traffic for that brief period, allowing our students to walk safely home from school. And that's great news for us, great news for our students, and great thanks go to the volunteers who are making that possible, giving their time to make that possible for our students. Could I just ask any parents who do need to pick up their children from school at the end of the day, if they can't walk home, and I'd encourage them to walk home if they possibly can, but if they can't walk home and you do need to pick up, can you please try to avoid parking down Crescent Road, obviously, but also down Bullmersh Road, which is becoming a bit of a bottleneck at the moment, with so many people wanting to try and park and do 3-point or 4-point or more turns in order to try to navigate their way home. So we'd appreciate your support with that moving forward. So what's coming up next week? On Monday, 14th of November, is a staff training day. So please don't send your children in on Monday. Also next week, we have information around anti-bullying. It is anti-bullying week next week across the country. And so we'll be providing lots of information and education and advice and guidance to our young people here around that theme next week. We also have a series of assemblies for each year group, some with an outside company, some led by staff here at school, around knife crime, the dangers of knife crime, the law around the use of knives, and that will be a key theme for us next week in assemblies. Year 11 have their first Parents' Evening coming up on December the 13th. Please look out for information on that and how to book appointments for your child. That information, that Parents' Evening, will be a virtual evening. And again, please look out for information about how to book, which will be coming up soon. And very exciting news, but just a reminder about this, our Parents Association first annual general meeting will be held on Monday the 28th of November, 6 o'clock here at the school. Many of you have expressed an interest already in taking on one or more of the roles that are available on that committee. If you have an interest, would like to take part in any of that process, in any particular role, please let us know. Please contact Julie Foster, our business manager, or the office here at the school. We particularly need someone who's keen to become our chairperson, but other roles too are still up for grabs. So please let us know if you'd like to be involved at all. And for anyone else who'd just like to volunteer, and are interested in what that parent association will be trying to achieve, we'd love to see you on the 28th. So that's the end of my update for this week. Thank you for taking the time to watch this, and I look forward to catching up again with you in a couple of weeks' time. Have a lovely weekend.